Hello, my name is Gloria Carlineo. I was born and raised in the U.S. Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. I lived there until I was about 16 years of age. It was a great place to grow up in. It was a happy childhood, the kind of childhood that you can imagine one would have in a tropical island. And things were great until about the age of 8 when my parents got divorced and things got a little bit harder. The economic situation got a little bit tighter. My mother went back to college to finish her degree, but even that wasn't enough. The situation in Puerto Rico was very difficult with high unemployment and very high crime rate. So in 1986, my mother and I and my brother moved to Florida, Tampa, Florida. And this was during my senior year in high school, which was not necessarily easy, a brand new school, brand new culture, and a brand new language to boot. But I did very well. I graduated with high honors, even though I had to work at the same time I went to high school. And I did want to go to college, but since the money situation wasn't good and there weren't that many scholarships, I decided to take some time off and work at a Winn-Dixie grocery store. I worked in the stock room and also as a cashier, and was able to save most of the money that I made that year after contributing also to our household. After that, I got into the University of Florida, where I attended for 4 years, and it was a wonderful opportunity. It gave me the chance to get involved in the student government that is very active, and it was a great education. But again, the money situation was still tight, so I had to work several jobs, including my main job as a waitress at the Holiday Inn. Where I had the breakfast shift, which for those of you who have done that know does not pay a whole lot of money. And in my case, it was interesting because I did not have a car. I had to go up in a huge hill, to get to the Holiday Inn at 4:30 in the morning, riding a bike. But it was enough to make ends meet. And after Florida, I went to Cincinnati, where I finished with a degree in international affairs. Again, a great opportunity, and I was able to go on to law school. During that time, I started getting involved with the Republican Party of Cincinnati in Hamilton County, which was a great dynamic Republican Party and very welcoming, which was a great experience for me. And I did that as I attended law school and also worked at the same time. After law school, I passed the bar, but decided that law was just not for me and did not want to practice. So I packed up my stuff and went to D.C., where I also remained active with the Republican Party, this time at the national level. And I went to work for the office of the governor of Puerto Rico, the Honorable Pedro Rosselló, and we worked on a lot of issues that were important to Puerto Rico at the time, including the referendum. And it gave me a great opportunity and a great chance to learn how the House and the Senate work. After that, I knew I wanted to stay in Congress. I really loved the opportunity, so I was fortunate enough to get a job with Congressman Dan Burton of Indiana, who was also the chairman of the Government Reform Committee. I was splitting my time between his personal office, where I dealt with issues from health to Social Security to transportation, and also with his committee office, where I dealt with a lot of conflicts of interest for the FDA and the CDC. So we investigated that a lot. Congressman Burton is a wonderful person. He gave me a great opportunity, and he's a great friend, and I appreciated that opportunity a lot. Gave me great insight on how Congress works and how it doesn't work, and how I think we can fix some things. Now, the reason I like to talk about this is because growing up, I believe what most Americans believed, that no matter how many hardships and how many obstacles you have in your life, you can overcome them by working hard, sacrificing, persevering, and also by following the rules. Unfortunately, I believe that this is not what some people in our country want to do these days. I believe that they're changing that and trying to make handouts, government handouts, better than simple effort. They're trying to change the American spirit into a society that's just based on entitlement. We have to fight this. We have to keep our country the same way that we found it, or even better, for our children and future generations. We need to keep that hope that if you work hard, you can actually make it in this country. Now, along with that, I believe strongly that we need to start electing more regular Americans to our government. Unfortunately, right now we have way too many career politicians, people who have been there for too long, or people who have just been jumping from one elected position to another. And many of them respond mostly to special interests and unions, and not the regular folks. I think if more regular Americans were able to just tackle some of the problems that we face, we would not have as many problems. These Americans, like myself, know what it is to go hungry, to be unemployed, to be uninsured, and many of us have been able to overcome those, and I believe that we can bring a lot of those ideas to government. These are common sense ideas that I think most of us would be able to relate to. And this is why I'm running for Congress. I hope that I can get your support on the May 18th Republican primary. We can do this together, and we must do it. Thank you very much.